Oh yes, now family, welcome back to another video on Jazz TV. Tonight, we're going to talk about Camp Dun. Camp Dun here in Dubai was a fantastic camp, and I'll be going home. We'll be going home tomorrow. So yeah, it's been a fantastic camp, and I have to say thank you for the camp that I have had. All my sponsors, they've linked here anyway. But the main sponsors who've helped me out, Mitchell from Integritas Property, and Monterex, the lads at Monterex, Applied Nutrition, and all my other sponsors linked. I'll put them in the thing here actually. But yeah, and the team out here where I've trained with Albert, I'm not going to butcher Albert's second name, but an amazing camp. We trained at the boxing ring, Golden Ring boxing gym, and it's a really lovely gym. And it's an Eastern European gym. Last time I was out here, I was training in the Cuban boxing gym, and there was Cuban lads there. There's not like the Russian gym, nothing like that, but it was mostly the Russians and Ukrainians and ex-Soviet Union type of people. I know it was a beautiful thing about the old camp, just seeing like Russians training with Ukrainians, and now the both countries are at war and turmoil and stuff like that. I never actually had a conversation with anyone about it, but it's in one of them. Just seemed like, pressing buttons and stuff like that. But it was beautiful, really, to see like that thing going on. Boxing unifies people, and it does not matter where you're from, who you are. Boxing. It's just like one language. So that was beautiful. Beautiful thing about the camp, and he looks after us in the gym. And it was nice to share the gym with John O'Carroll. John O''s got a fight coming up himself. So it's always nice to see John O. But the first time I met Albert was in Marbella years ago. He was in the gym in Marbella, and I've always looked at Albert from afar and thought he's a fantastic coach. So it was nice to come out here and get some good training, good camp. Obviously we didn't get loads of new stuff to implement into a camp, but you're not going to, you're on like a 6 weeks camp. But it was only like 5 weeks ago. I didn't even have a coach, so it's just sometimes I just play on these things, like from not having a coach 5 weeks ago to being with Albert, having a great camp. It's just like God's will, trusting in the Lord and following the next best thing, and that's that. Well, like, sometimes when you're in them situations, just thinking back, it was only 5 weeks ago, but thinking about them things now, I think, wow, just doing the next best thing, and it always leads somewhere. I feel like for me, follow the Lord's will, and that's where it's led me, into a good place, back on this track. It was only like 2 years ago or something like that, I was on this track, and it was like the worst night ever, because I was fighting at featherweight, and I made the weight on the track here, and I took the knock, went into a cafe somewhere there, and I started the season up. So having like a really bad situation. Since then I've moved up a weight, and I lost the IBO title the next day, which was a crazy situation. And you ask yourself in them times, we're going to get back there, and when you do lose like that, people drop off, and like the support's not as much, but just plugging away and doing the next best thing, following the Lord's will, and then all of a sudden you're back in that situation. But boxing sometimes it's all about dedication, commitment, staying in the game, and your next opportunity. When people say to me, are you fighting? When are you fighting? Have you got a fight coming up? And I always say yeah. And if you haven't got a date, I'll say yeah, I've got a fight coming up. I just don't know the date, because we always have fighters. We've always got a fight coming up, That's just the way it is. And so yeah, reflecting on when I come to this track here, I always reflect on that time when I made the weight on this track, and it was horrendous, and the ambulance came out and all that the day before the fight. But now, looking back, I've got my stuff in a bag. I came here to run, and sometimes when you're done, you're done. But it's having the option to take the rest if you want. And today I just went, you know what, I'm gonna have a cup of coffee, and I'm not gonna run because I don't need to. I've done my sprints yesterday. there's nothing else to do. I'm cooked, I'm done, you know. So that's a beautiful place to be in for any fighter, you know that. And sometimes the mentality in camp is more. And that has to be the fighter's mentality, I believe, anyway. Well, not always, you know, but yeah, more. It's my mentality. It has to be like that for me, more. And then sometimes you get yourself into a situation where you have to be professional in your own head and be the coach in your own head and say, no more has gone now. It's rest, you know. And sometimes, well, all the time when fighters come to fight week, peak week it's called, having the option to rest and taking that rest and being smart about it, it's beautiful. And like I always say, peak week is not about who makes the weight the best. Peak week is about sharpness and who takes the least out of himself, and that's having the option to do that is fantastic, you know. I'm gonna knock that kid out. It's fucking fight week, you screaming it. But yeah, what else has been going on? Yeah. What else is going on? I'm so close to losing the plot there, you know. So what else has been going on here in Dubai? Yeah, Fingers brought the gloves back, didn't he? Someone called your man Fingers, and I totally misjudged the fella. The fella who I thought would have robbed him, it was just a young fella, and it seems to have I don't think that kid wanted for nothing. He just seen them and went, I'm having them. I think it was one of them, and I thought it was someone, and I thought, no, what, leave whoever's got the gloves, because I hope whoever it is, it was someone who was a bit unfortunate and they need them more than I do, you know. And then when I seen him, he had all the custom gear. He said, no, I thought yours is the new pair and all that. I thought, you little fucker, good on you, though, for bringing them back, you know. Nice kid, he was, really nice kid. Got a total different image of him in my head. He was a really nice kid, actually. I hope he goes on to does well with all the gear. Let's see if he's got the idea, because that's the most important thing here. And one of the questions, what we're going to get into now, I'm just rambling here because I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm going home tomorrow, I've got nothing else to do. I'm just going to have a little jolly. So one of the questions was sent in. When I say sent in, it weren't sent anywhere. It was asked to me by Brian Phillips in a group chat. Brian Phillips, former professional fighter, always saying he's retired, but he's not. He's undercover. If you ever ask Brian to spar or fight, he'll take it in a heartbeat. He's that guy. Brian's never... He says he's retired, but I don't believe him. I think he's just undercover, waiting for his moment to pounce. But Brian was saying, this is a good option, a good segue, fucking get it out, guys, to go into here, because his question was, what motivates a fighter? What pushes a fighter? And this was something that, being in a long-term relationship, I would say, people say how do you love the same bird all the time? And I don't think that you should have one bird. I think you should have many relationships with the same person, where you always find a new way of connection, if that makes sense. And I think boxing's the same. I think any relationship with anything should never be abused. It should always be used as a tool. So finding, for me, boxing 14 years as a pro, another 5 years before that as an amateur, or maybe more, you know, it's about fucking 45 years. What motivated me at the start? Obviously your desires to get to that place, you surpass them sometimes, so you have to find new things. Now, one of Brian's questions, Brian answers his own question, actually. Brian started saying, he gave me the question and gave me the answers. So many of the things was this is what I would say to somebody: find out first of all what motivates you. What are you motivated by? Because if you're doing it, well, unconsciously, that's dangerous, you know what I mean? If some people actually do not know, believe it or not, some people are I don't know, just do it because maybe me half-fella loves it when I do it, or me partner, maybe get social acceptance, maybe it's just something I've always done, so we keep on doing it. But are you motivated? The question is, are you motivated? Does the motivation you have to do this give you the same reason further on down the line? Oh, bit of boxing going on here, bit of sparring. Oh. So further down the line, will your motivation get you through. Does that make sense? So one of the things you see, like some people do for money, and like when it gets hard, then it's like, will money get you through? Will kudos get you through? When you're in a hard fight and it's really hard and it's like you're both tired and you're fighting, you're slugging it out, and someone's actually having a go at you, and you're in a real fight. There's such thing as a fight, and then there's such thing as a real fight. And then when you're in that real fight, you're in someone else's back garden, you're fighting on away soil, everyone's screaming for someone else. What will get you through right now? Because the thought of money won't get me through it. The thought of making a nice life for my family and security, that's different. Money and security obviously are different things, aren't they? They could seem similar from the outside, but they're not the difference. Securing your family, is that one of me? Yes, definitely. Another one, a lot of fighters do it for the kudos, don't they? The kudos type of thing of being a fighter. I've actually loved the social, how would you say, it's like the social acceptance they get, and the idolization from people, and respect and stuff like that. Not so much one for me, but I do see why people would do that 100%. Some people have a point to prove, don't they? Like in life, childhood plays a massive part, and then they've got a point to prove, you know, I am worthy, I will do something with my life and stuff like that. And one of them you do see is a lot of the time is egotism. And I know there's a lot of fighters who do it to be in good shape, just like to be physically looking in good shape. Maybe not ego, but just being in good shape, being healthy and stuff like that. Now that wouldn't motivate me myself. I wouldn't mind having a cocky gut and just being, 20% body fat. I wouldn't really fuss me, Not too fussed about having abs and stuff like that. It's not one for me, but I respect that. Some people do it for that reason. Some people do it for women, don't they? Like they think that boxing comes with having a good lifestyle. Then comes women. Never been one that I've been into that. I don't think like would women ringside motivate me to fight when I'm in a real fight. I don't think it would, but that one you see it a lot of times. You can see why. Definitely 100% is why some people do it. Some people train or get out of bed because they go to the gym, because they only go to these certain types of gym because there's women there, and that's what motivates them. Now I don't knock that. I think if that's your thing and it gets you out of bed and it gets you living a better lifestyle, 100% each to their own, as long as it doesn't lead to too much, like I said, ego and downward spiral, because that can be a bit of a vicious cycle, can't it? But yeah, what motivates you? Find out what motivates you, because you'll get a lot more out of your career if you know and you find out the real reasons. I've had to change my motivation many times, and to keep on carrying on loving what I do. But sometimes I think the underlying thing, some fighters have just got that thing inside them where they're motivated, by certain trauma, childhood trauma and stuff like that. But some fighters have just got that thing, it'll never leave them, and they need to fight. They need to fight because it's the only form of outlet. And I think that boxing gyms, the people in boxing gyms, sometimes a lot of people, well, in Britain anyway, where I'm from, and you see in the States and America, a lot of people in them boxing gyms, they could be the same people in jails, and boxing saves lives. And like I said, like I started with this conversation, boxing unifies people. So yeah, that's my little bit of a rant there, 14 minutes in, but yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe, and thank you everyone here for the support. Thank you everyone back home for the support. We've got less than a week to go, so yeah, I am buzzing to be fighting on the 15th of February. It's a big card, matchroom show. And it'd be good to be back under the lights, and it's for a title. I think it's for the WBA International or the WBA Intercontinental. It's only a 10-round belt, so them ranking titles, that's where they only go up to 10 rounds. I think it's only WBC Silver, which isn't an actual world title, that is actually for the 12 rounds. So yeah, either way, it's still nice. You don't want to be going below 10 rounds as a professional fighter. Well, I don't anyway. And you want to be further up that card as you can. When you box as a little kid, you want to be first on. You get out the ring, you'll have your then you watch all your mates. But as a pro, you want to be the last on, and further up the card on the television, and you get the most eyes on you. So yeah, thank you for watching Family Ammo. I hope you enjoyed the Dubai series, and then you have a nice night. Please like, subscribe and leave a comment.